Whew. Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. I feel like Rocky. Yo, Adrian. Everybody, Chris, body, mind, and spirit. I'm in great spirits because it's like 35, 36 degrees today. What do I always say? I gotta clean the balcony windows here, terrace window. When you see clouds, it sort of insulates the area and keeps everything warmer. God, this is a 50, 60 degree difference from minus 14. Sorry, it's so dark in here. There we go. Oh, I got these. You like these? Picked these up on Amazon a while back for the Super Bowl. These are beautiful. Hand knitted. Look at these. Just wonderful placemats. See, I got a touch of class. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, everybody, for the wonderful comments about the carb video. And I'm going to address the critics as well. Because like I said yesterday, if it works for you, a high-fat, high-protein approach, and you feel great, and you feel your diseases are going away, and you feel leaner, keep doing it. Of course, keep doing it. But we're going to address that. But today I want to get into something a little even more controversial. How I lost all of the weight by pretty much ignoring the Randall cycle. We'll talk about that. How I combine carbs and fats. That's what I actually want you to do. Combining carbs and fats for weight loss. This in stages, guys. I'm not talking about pizza, Doritos, McDonald's, Wendy's, all that White Castle. I mean, truthfully, my low-fat cottage cheese has carbs, fats, and proteins on the back. But it's lower in energy, lower in calories. I no longer eat this alone. I have it with cottage cheese or a couple of eggs, which has fat. I use coconut oil or olive oil, combining carbs, fats, and proteins at every meal to lose all of the weight. Yeah, I know. It's so satisfying. You know, it's amazing. So let's talk a little bit about that. Let me get some coffee. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so a little bit of a late start for the coffee talk. But, one thing occurred to me, this last year. Again, if you followed me and you know my story, I used to be a low-carb guy. See, whole milk. In a cup, 8 grams of fat, 13 grams of carbohydrates, 8 grams of protein. Ray Peat would say, this is the perfect meal. Milk. Combining carbs and fats. And of course, protein. Very important. Whole foods. So, coming from a low-carb background, I quickly realized that it was making me fatter and fatter by only eating things like, I wouldn't touch this. This was high carb. Greek yogurt, I wouldn't touch Greek yogurt. It would be like Carnivore Quest or Buddy Larry. It would be steak, ribeye, lots of oil, butter, eggs, cheese, and it worked until it stopped working. And the cravings were unbelievable. And I started getting fatter and fatter and very unhappy. Family functions, birthdays, Christmas, New Year's, the Super Bowl, 4th of July, forget about it. And I became from 190 to 195, 200. I became fatter and fatter. Excuse me, guys. When I met Ray Peat, I never met him. When I spoke with him on the phone, and I realized that we've been taught in the fitness industry, just a bunch of bunk, that it has to be either or is it either or? That it has to be, if you're going to eat a lot of carbohydrates, potatoes, pasta, rice, you know what I mean, breads, fruits, veggies, you got to keep your fats low. Otherwise, your body can't burn carbs for fuel. Have you ever heard that? Or you're eating a lot of chicken and steak and eggs. Are you nuts? That food is very fatty. Let's eliminate all your starches, all of your carbs. So this way you can burn fat for fuel. Well, this has all been debunked. Metabolism and caloric deficit are the key. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, Randall Cycle people. I'm watching you. So it has been debunked. If you put yourself in a caloric deficit, what I say is a moderate, 200 to 400 calories. The reason why 500 calories a day doesn't work, the body adapts. And you need to also have frequent refeeds because the body adapts. You'll just be maintaining at a lower caloric rate and all fat loss will stop. But Ray Pete taught me about metabolism, about easily digestible sugars. I use some white sugar in my coffee. No nutrition, but pure energy. I eat fruit. I eat Greek yogurt. I eat cottage cheese. I eat honey. I've been losing weight with a big plate of pasta with olive oil and chicken thighs. Carbs, proteins, fat. Become the Sherlock Holmes of your body, of weight loss. If you put everything down in chronometer, I know I show this all the time. Yesterday, I was 94 grams fat, 5 grams of carbs, and 110 grams of protein. I wasn't super hungry, 2,252 calories. Well, I didn't go to the gym. Excuse me. I couldn't make it yesterday. I didn't work out. So my calories fell where they fell. And also, something I kind of want to get into, I don't want to make these talks too lengthy. When you combine fat with carbs, it is so satisfying. Check out the chef. I think he was a New York chef, who lost 40 to 60 pounds making pizza every single day. It was a lighter pizza, but he combined protein, carbs, and fat. The rest of the day was fruits and vegetables and some protein, and he was in a caloric deficit. Check him out. New York City chef, pizza diet, New York chef losing weight, pizza diet, chef loses. There you go. Lost 100 pounds eating a special pizza. But there was a New York chef also. Chef drops 100. There was a New York guy, ABC News, eating pizza every day. There was another gentleman. Can you lose weight in a pizza diet? How chef lost 100. This is the guy. This is the guy. Sorry, guys.
Is there a way to do it without packing on the pounds? One chef says yes. He's like a brother to me. He's joining us in just a moment. But first, ABC's Gio Benitez has the story. He's like a brother to me.
Pasquale Cozzolino is a master
Look at that.
in the kitchen, cooking exquisite meals.
Look at that.
But for years, after moving to America from Italy, his weight on a 6'6" frame ballooned to more than 300.
Guy was 370 pounds, obviously going well over calories. Well, check him out, Pasquale. Eating pizza every day, but he made his own pizza with fresh, real ingredients from the farmer's market, perhaps from his garden. This is key. You're in control. But you see, here's the secret. If I feel satisfied and I'm not hungry, there's no snacking. Have a larger breakfast. Have a larger lunch. The biggest mistake that I used to make was, I'm going to undereat. I'm going to eat. I'm not going to eat at all. I've got willpower, right? And I would grab constantly, as people do in the office. They'll grab snacks and donuts and, just have these little, I've seen many offices have these little snacks, M&Ms, even healthy snack, Nature Valley, all these granola bars, far from healthy. And they're adding in 300, 500, 700 extra calories a day. And yet we wonder why we're not losing weight. If you need to snack, eat more at the lunch meal. I believe in 3 solid meals a day. And that snack is going to be a Greek yogurt or a piece of fruit or a tiny piece of chocolate. That's it. But I believe in 3 meals a day. And if those meals, in my case, are between 600 and 800 calories, I'm in a natural deficit. But it all depends on my day, on my goal. This is nuanced. But when you combine, studies have shown this in Scientology. That's my joke, Scientology. My little joke. When you combine fat, protein, and carbohydrates in every single meal, you're full, you're satisfied. I remember trying to boil, they were saying that the most satisfying food, the most satiating food were boiled potatoes and oranges. So I tried that. I would boil potatoes and I would eat lots of oranges. It got me only so far. It did satisfy me for a while, but when I combined those potatoes with some eggs, with some chicken thighs, with some lean ground beef, I was good to go. Parmesan cheese, a little bit of Gouda, a little bit of Parmigiano Reggiano. You have some of that with some grapes, I can go hours without eating. Guys, don't you see? It's metabolism. But the number one thing, remember, there's no, I'm burping up the coffee here. Sorry. One take here, always off the cuff, no editing. When you, there's no gatekeeping. I'm always going to tell you the truth. You must put yourself in a consistent caloric deficit 80 to 90% of the time. This is what Carnivore Quest doesn't understand. People who are stuck don't understand. They're eating all of this ribeye and all of this meat and eggs and butter, and they feel satisfied, and their insulin is so low, and they're not having sugar, and they're wondering why they keep gaining weight or maintaining the same. Well, you're not in when I was ribeye boy, when I was eating tons of meat, butter, and cheese, I wasn't really tracking. I was probably 32 to 4,000 calories a day. Now I feel satisfied, and with a pretty flat stomach, I'm not lean like my friend Mark McManus. Check out Mark's channel. He's a guy I really recommend. Here's a guy I recommend. He's a friend of mine from Ireland, a friend of the channel's. Haven't met him, but I love Mark. Let me find his channel. Subscribe to Mark.
Much better life.
Here's Mark. Mark McManus. Way to go, Mark. 700 subs. Way to go, my friend. He is a personal trainer. Mark is a lot leaner than I am, but Mark is really going the very low-fat, high-carb route. And he talks about it, Do I agree with every single thing Mark says? No, I don't. But I definitely agree that fat makes you fat, that by eating a lot of fat in your diet, it will spill over and you will gain weight. But I love this one. Insulin spikes don't make you fat. When you eat carbs, insulin spikes up, but then it goes back down again. Watch his videos. I'm actually catching up from carnivore. I love that. Quitting carnivore to carbivore. Check out Mark McManus. Great channel. Great guy from Ireland, personal trainer. And again, a friend of mine, a friend of the channel's. He supported me 2 years ago. So he's a wonderful guy. And it's great to see a high carb warrior. But I don't eat as many carbs as he does. I like to have a little bit more balance in my diet. But I'm not saying he's wrong at all. Follow his diet, lower your fat, eat lots of carbs, and train and exercise. You can become super lean. It's just not my approach. But he's great. He's wonderful. Now I got a couple of comments here I want to share. I don't hide from these comments at all. Hey everybody. Yesterday, low carb diets are dead. Rest in peace. Okay? You don't have to go low carb. You don't have to go low fat either to lose weight. Okay? Here's the comment. I really like this. Great comments. Meathead. Hey, Meathead. I don't know if you're a woman or a man. I corrected all of the following health problems. Eat meat, not too little, mostly fat, 7 years on the carnivore lifestyle. So, blocked sinuses, mouth breathing, sensitive teeth, loose teeth, bleeding gums, left eye twitches, yellow stool. You know, what I want to ask you, Meathead, is that's fantastic. But I believe you probably did an elimination diet. And if you're honest, be honest with me, Meathead 10810. Be honest. You didn't stop eating sugar and carbs. You gave up junk food. Come on. I'm honest with you. Be honest with me. There's no way you were eating sweet potatoes and black rice and brown rice and vegetables and some fruit, and you gave that up. No. You gave up McDonald's, French fries, beer, alcohol, sweets, packaged foods. I'm waiting, Meathead. But I love your comment. If it works for you, if giving up entire macronutrients work for you, just be honest. What did you truly give up? I don't have blocked sinuses. I feel great. Although I eat crappy for the Super Bowl, my health is amazing. I combine carbs, proteins, and fat. That's what this video is all about. I'm going to make myself today pasta with 1 chicken thigh, lots of olive oil, vegetables, peppers, garlic, all that good stuff. You can see I walk my talk. Potatoes, vegetables, sweet potatoes, carrots. See? It's hard to tell. I'm sorry, guys. Sweet potatoes hiding in there. Apple cider vinegar, olive oil. But I definitely, sour cream. Lots of jam. Mexican Coke. Milk. Never lie to you guys. I'm preparing my lunch and my pre-workout meal right here. There is fat on the chicken thighs, not a ton. I cook it in olive oil with probably 500 calories, 400 or 500 calories of angel hair pasta, 1 cut up chicken thigh, onions, green onions and onions. I like to mix it all together. Garlic, peppers, spinach, a couple of small cherry tomatoes. That's going to be a carbs, protein, and fat meal. And I'm leaning out and losing weight because calories are king. I made it from scratch. Those are whole foods. That particular pasta, as Greg Kinobody from Canada says pasta, that pasta is 1 ingredient. Take a look. Organic durum wheat semolina, not 17,000 preservatives and additives. That's it. So don't be afraid of combining carbs and fats. Be very afraid of a diet filled with pizza, Big Macs, French fries, in and out. Those are the worst fat, because it's the worst type of fat in there. There are a lot of polyunsaturated fats, seed oils. It's the worst types of carbohydrates, the worst wheat. It's not even real bread, those buns. God, the French fries, Someone told me they coat that first with a type of sugar, and then they dip it in, oh God, look up how they make McDonald's French fries. They no longer use lard or saturated fats for their French fries. They use polyunsaturated fats. And their Coke is not Mexican Coke. Their Coke is not a natural soda. Be afraid of combining fat with carbs when it's junk food. I always want to make this coffee talk under 10 minutes, but it's very difficult, 20 minutes. So you can combine carbs with fat. Make sure your calories are on point. Make sure that you're watching the scale every day, taking pictures. Watch your clothing. Is your clothing looser? That's how it works. Thank you guys for watching. Combine fats and carbs and proteins always in every single meal. Will this video end?